Desktop Tower Defense Pro is a tower defense flash game created by game designer Paul Pierce in March of 2007. It can be played at www.handdrawgames.com. In tower defense style games, players must prevent waves of enemies from reaching their goal by building fortifications to destroy them as they pass by. These fortifications are generally referred to as towers, while the enemies which pass by them are generally referred to as creeps. These creeps typically walk along a track from the beginning entrance to the end exit. The player earns money for each creep his towers kill, which he can use to buy more towers. As the player progresses through the game, each successive wave of creeps may increase in numbers, strength, or speed. The challenge for the player then is to optimally buy, upgrade, and position towers on the map to destroy as many creeps as possible and prevent them from making it to the exit. If a creep does make it through, the player loses a life. If all the lives are lost, the game ends. Desktop Tower Defense Pro has 3 unique elements which make it incredibly fun and addicting. First, the player gets to choose from 9 different towers. Each tower has a unique cost, range, rate of fire, effect, and upgrade path. Second, the creeps have different abilities, so any strategy you consider must take all of these abilities into account. The creeps vary in speed and health, and some creeps have special properties. For instance, dark creeps are not affected by towers which have not been upgraded, while flying creeps do not follow your maze and instead fly directly to the exit. Fast creeps have lower health, but move quickly, while immune creeps are invulnerable to freeze towers. There are 11 types of creeps in total. Third, the player is allowed to place towers anywhere on the board. The creeps are not forced to walk along any one set path. Instead, they simply take the shortest path available to them from their current position to the exit. This fact allows the player to experiment with different tower formations ranging from long twisting mazes to short gauntlets. The player is also allowed to sell towers, which allows for many interesting strategies. One such strategy is called juggling. To juggle, the player alternatingly opens and closes 2 different paths to prevent the creeps from exiting the maze, theoretically keeping the creeps trapped indefinitely. After every few waves, there is a boss round. Each boss is simply a larger version of one of the 11 types of creeps with more health. The reason why all of these things make Desktop Tower Defense Pro so addicting is that they allow the player to explore a very large possibility space. The inherent high dimensionality of the game allows the player to experiment with a huge number of tactics dealing with tower placement order, maze configuration, and tower upgrade paths. Desktop Tower Defense Pro also features a multiplayer mode which introduces a race element to the mix. The multiplayer mode allows up to 6 people to play head-to-head in a race to the finish. The player with the highest score at the end of 50 rounds is declared the winner. However, there is a catch. The next wave of creeps no longer waits for the individual players to destroy the previous wave. Rather, the next wave is sent out to all players simultaneously once any of the players has defeated the previous wave. This mechanic encourages the players to defeat each wave quickly or risk being overrun with creeps sent by the actions of the other players. Desktop Tower Defense Pro is one of those games which are very easy to understand but incredibly difficult to master. The huge possibility space requires much experimentation by players to find faster ways to beat the game with higher scores. As a result, Desktop Tower Defense Pro provides the players with endless hours of fun experimentation.